their members have been, been found in these reports, and we are acting upon them. And my answer to them was simple. First thing, I don't know teachers. There are 80,000 teachers plus in this province. I don't know them, except my child class teacher. So when I come with a report, it's not personal. Don't say the MEC doesn't like me. He's coming to charge me. He's coming to deal with me, because I don't know you. I'm before you because of what happened, and I'm acting on what has been brought to my table. So meaning that we're impartial. We're impartial. So the reports, we deal them as they are. We act upon them, and what I always urge is that please do things right. If you do things by the book, you'll also get protected within. But if you don't do things right and things happen, we act, and we have acted. So we're currently dealing, there's quite a number of all those reports undergoing disciplinary processes, all of them. But we'll give a full report on each of them since I've come into office from, let's say, 2022. And yes, school safety is a big challenge in our province. It's a big issue. And the sad part is that obviously it rests on, they say it's schools, but the truth is a school is a microcosm of the community. If a school is in a gangster reading environment, a neighborhood, gangsterism will find itself in our schools. And that's the sad part. That's why I'm always urging communities to come forward and work with the school and protect it. Protect the school, ensure that the ills that are out, the social ills, don't come into the school. But we're also playing our part, where we've deployed securities into schools. We don't want to turn schools into military camps, but we've identified schools that we have challenges, so that intervene, so that teaching and learning can resume, and should resume. So school safety is high up on this term's agenda. So we'll be introducing different strategies, adding on based on our experience now. So it's high up. So we'll be dealing with it. So with the drownings, yes, I agree. Look, we are revising the whole aspect. There are proposals that were brought by within different reports. Amongst those is to, create a list of areas, camps that schools should go to, not just choose anyone. Minimum requirements of what do you call these people? Lifeguards. This number of lifeguards to this number of learners. So we are changing those aspects. So that will be added so that schools comply. Yes. And we have, thank you, we have multi-certification as one of our game changers. It's the only province that provides it. A multi-certification where we certify learners beyond the ordinary curriculum offering. We give learners added skills on the side every year from grade 1 up to grade 12. So we have swimming that we're introducing in grade 1. So from grade 1, our grade 1s have been taught how to swim. So that's part of the multi-certification, and you certify them. So don't be surprised if you have your bundle of joy comes with a certificate at home. It's GDE at work. So.
But MEC, why did it take so long? Why did we have to see so many drownings before such implementations?
Like I said, obviously, it's a continual learning curve. That you need to understand. So some challenges come later on. I mean, they've started happening now at quite a greater number, and it is required us to come. But in the past, it was minimal. And the beauty about what we do in Gauteng is that we are transparent. If these challenges come, we act on it. We transparent. We don't hide. We don't say parents must suffer the loss of their child in alone and nobody is aware. We come out and say this is the challenge because we highlight, we know that for us, one child too many. So that's why you see it's coming up, and it also allowed us to improve. So, so it's a continuous learning curve. Other challenges with my portfolio of SREC, all I can say is that I'm up for the challenge, and I don't think that it's going to be added pressure, because there's both, you know, they are hand in hand, they collaborate. So it's going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be easier. This is one of the few press conferences where I'll be sitting with HOD Mutlana. There'll be HOD here, HOD come, so that they complement each other. You know, so it's not really an added pressure, but it's a complementary department to work with education and education to work with SREC. So we're going to be resolving the challenges in our country now. Bafana will win the World Cup when we're done here.
On my book.
My book.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
HOD is taking the last question and then we are moving. No, not going away. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go HOD.
Yeah, good morning, colleagues. Maybe I need to start by confirming that the Maibuye Smart School, primary school, is operational. Our learners are enjoying that particular facility. It took long for us to open this school. We only launched it in January this year, and it has been a long wait. And MEC is correct. The school was built by DID, and there were some challenges with the contractor, and that caused a delay, and we had to restart the process with phase B, or second phase of the construction. And second phase of the construction was done by both DID and GDE, and the school is now complete. What is we are busy now is with the sports facilities and the hall, which will be completed in due course. Indeed, the public protector investigated the matter and issued a report, which is a public document now, and they made a number of recommendations to Treasury, to DID, and to Department of Education in Gauteng. We welcome the report without any challenges, as the any objection, as the MEC has indicated. And one of the key recommendations was that on receipt of that particular report, within 30 days, the cited departments should respond to the public protector. And in the case of the GDE, there are 2 or 3 recommendations which we are supposed to report to the Treasury, and after responding to Treasury, made that particular information to public protector. We are within that particular time frame. We'll be submitting those confirmations to Treasury. One of those being the issue of avoiding a budget overrun on infrastructure projects as we move forward. It's a confirmation from the department, which we'll send to a Department of Treasury, but it's not only confined to Maibuye, it's also confined to our future infrastructure projects, which we will comply with within the given time frames by the public protector. And as the MEC indicated, indeed, the Chapter 4 institutions, their recommendations are welcome because they're independent and they ensure that we improve service delivery, and we ensure that the money which we are getting as a part of the budget for servicing our people is utilized in a proper way. Thank you.
Okay, you just arrived. Okay. That's the last one.
SABC News. MEC, I've heard you speaking about satellite schools and the target that you've set to build around 15 to 20 schools a year. My question to you is, how many schools have been built so far, given that the function and the capacity to build schools was given to the Department of Education in Gauteng as of last year? And what criteria you'll be using to find to determine which schools get the satellite schools, and are you going to be looking at long-lasting solutions to deal with overcrowding as opposed to just deploying satellite schools? Are we going to see brick and mortar schools returning in those areas?
Yeah, look, firstly, the, the function has not been handed over to us. The institutional arrangement still remains with DID. However, we do have a program that is BFI, where we're just building about 18 schools. But that is a special project that we're doing, and there's also a number of schools that are in infrastructure DID. We've also got schools that we have given to another implementation agent called DBSA. So all those projects combined give us this number that I'm talking about of 15 to 20 schools. We are aggressive around that. We have improved our monitoring, because the biggest challenge we've seen is that obviously we give them monitoring. We're not monitoring effectively enough. And what we've also said to these implementing agents, if we've given them timelines that if you have not moved by this time, we're taking our project. So we've been aggressive. We've written letters to them, including our own infrastructure department, including DPSA. There are many other implementing agents that we have also put in place. They are already. We've got IDT, we've got all of them. So also ourselves, we've got our own PMU, Project Management Unit, to assist us with the infrastructure. So we have set up all this. It's a multi-pronged approach to resolve the infrastructure challenge. So all of these interventions we've put in place, and we are comfortable that we'll be able to resolve the backlog of schools. We used to build about over 20, 21 schools. At some point, we built 28 schools in 1 year. So we want to go back to that point, where we are building that schools, because now we then slow down drastically, to be very, very drastically, to a single digit number of schools per year. So it affected us, and the population kept on growing and growing and growing and growing. So it put us at odds. So the satellite schools are a necessary intervention. And obviously over time, we'll see how we repurpose those satellite. We can convert them to be full schools over time, depending. But for now, obviously, they allow us, it's a quicker way of creating capacity in different areas, because then we're utilizing the existence of this school to inform the placement of learners in this area. And they also them, because because we're the first to be experiencing these things as Gauteng, there's always teething problems, challenges all the time. But once we get them right, you'll see then that these satellite schools are actually part of schools. So there's quite a number of them across the province. Some have started slow, some are operating, some are still fixing the infrastructure. But however, long-term wise, it's just to build brick and mortar. I agree with you. I don't like mobiles. They know I don't like mobiles. I think they make schools look ugly. I prefer brick and mortar. You know that you've got a permanent structure that can last 50, 60 years. But the pressures that we have now require quicker intervention, and mobiles are part of a solution. But we have self-built as well that we've introduced. So it's multi-pronged intervention that we've put in place to create capacity. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pressed for time. MEC must go intervene at the legislature. The DA will be attended.